I want to tell you about someone who signed up for a protection plan with zero money upfront. He wasn't rich, he wasn't thinking about dying young, and he was just a regular guy, the only person in his family bringing in an income, who said yes to a free promotional Hibah coverage almost as an afterthought. 1 month later, he was in a motor accident he didn't survive. That's not a hypothetical, that's a real case. And what happened next is the reason I'm making this video. After the accident, the family had to go through the process: police report, forensic report, hospital documentation. It took about 6 months, but at the end of it, the claim was approved, and his family received 201,184 ringgit for a plan he had signed up with no upfront payment 1 month before he passed away. His family wasn't wealthy, he was the only breadwinner. And for 6 months after losing him, that claim was the difference between survival and real serious hardship. That's what Hibah is actually for, not for the wealthy trying to optimize their estate, for ordinary families who can't afford for something to go wrong without a safety net. So let's talk about what Hibah actually is, because a lot of people confuse it with a will or with faraid, and it's neither. A will only takes effect after a long legal process, and in Malaysia, that process can take months or even years to settle, especially if there's any dispute. Faraid is the Islamic inheritance system that automatically distributes assets according to a fixed formula, but it also only kicks in after estate process, and it doesn't cover what happens to your families financially in the meantime. Hibah is different. It's a gift structure attached to a Takaful plan, where you name who receives the payout, and is designed to reach that person quickly, without waiting for the handful full estate process. In the case I just told you about, the family had money in their hands within months, not years. That gap, the time between losing an income and actually receiving support, is exactly what Hibah is built to close. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, okay, but is this actually relevant to me? I get a lot of questions like this, especially from business owners and parents who assume this kind of planning is only for people with a lot of asset. It's genuinely not. I break down real numbers for different situations over at keithwong.my. So if you want to see what this might look like for your own situation, that's there for you. No pressure, just information. Let's keep going because I want to show you how the process actually works. Here's what surprises most people. You don't need to meet an agent face to face. You don't need an extensive medical checkup for most of this plan. Often it's just one or two health questions. Registration can be done fully online, and premiums can start from as low as a few ringgit a day, depending on the coverage you choose. The main point of removing this friction is that people delay protection for years because they imagine it's complicated, expensive, or require a lot of paperwork upfront. In most cases now, it's none of those things. This matters most if you are the main income earner in your household, meaning if something happened to you, your family income stops immediately, not gradually. It matters if you are a business owner because your business and your personal finances are more tangled together than you like to admit, and a sudden gap can affect both. And it matters if you have young children or aging parents depending on you, because they are the ones who will be left carrying the financial weight while also grieving. None of this is about assuming something bad happened. It's about the fact that when it does happen, and for someone, somewhere this month, it will, the 6 months after matters just as much as the years before. If this made you think about your own situation, even a little, that's worth acting on while you can still plan calmly rather than in a crisis. I'm a licensed financial advisor representative here in Malaysia, and I put together straightforward breakdowns. No jargons, no pressure. Over at keithwong.my. The links is in the description. Have a look, and if you want to talk about your specific situation, I'm there. Sediakan payung sebelum hujan. Prepare the umbrella before it rains.